Okay, we are in the Maryland Commercial Driver's License Manual, section 10.2.1, approaching the stop. These are 4 specific points that I've drawn out of this operating procedure that I believe impact your ability to stop for a school bus. And again, some states have removed some of these policy or some of these guidances. Some states have laws that are outdated and conflict with these guidances. So I'll try to draw out a few of them. Again, probably mostly Pennsylvania and Maryland are kind of the 2 main ones I'm looking at right now. When approaching the school bus, number 1, if the school bus is so equipped, the school bus should activate alternating flashing amber warning lights at least 100 or 200 feet or approximately 5 to 10 seconds before the school bus stop or in accordance with, and this is the big one, state law. And like I said, a lot of states have not updated this in a long time. I'm talking decades. Maryland requires 100 feet of amber light notice. Pennsylvania, they do not have this in their commercial driver's license manual. They wrote they wrote their own school bus driver's book, the state did. They have 150 feet, but not more than 300 feet. I think New York increased theirs to 300 feet, and they actually put that in their commercial driver's license manual. Okay, moving down to number 2. When the bus comes to a stop, it's basically to put itself into park. If it can't shift into park, it's to shift itself into neutral and set the parking brake at each stop. In my opinion, that should take at least a second or 2. Number 3, and this is one of the most important ones. The bus is to activate its alternating red lights when traffic is a safe distance from the school bus and ensure stop arm is extended. I wish they would have reordered how they wrote that. I believe it says it should be when traffic is a safe distance, then they're supposed to alternate their red lights and ensure that the stop arm is extended. That red part I underlined there, the Pennsylvania School Bus Driver's Manual does not have it in it. Now, when you read it through like an operational procedure, or at least it didn't have it when I read through it. And Maryland's law states when a school bus, it's 22-228, I believe states when a school bus comes to a stop, it is to immediately deploy its red lights. And when the red lights are deployed, it then becomes a citable offense if you pass the bus. And number 4, and again with number 3, I believe that kind of puts the burden onto the bus driver that once they stop, they need to take a few seconds to gauge the movement of the traffic around them to determine if it is safe at that point to deploy the red lights and stop arm. Because if you have a car on the approach and there's a big semi kind of riding close to it behind and you deploy that stop arm and you have these camera systems and that car's like, I don't want the $250 fine or whatever, and they slam on their brakes, that semi might not have time to stop. Number 4, make a final check to see that all traffic has stopped before completely opening the door and signaling students to approach. I have seen video of sometimes they'll show left car or cars passing on the right side of the bus, which is extremely dangerous, where a bus will come to a stop, immediately deploy its red light, stop arm, and I know they deploy the stop arm because the yellow gate bar swings open, which is like the safety bar at the front bottom bumper of the bus. That'll swing open and the doors will immediately pop open while cars are still coming to a stop. I've even seen a video where, I believe it was Florida, the bus is still in motion with its yellow gate bar out, meaning the stop arm's deployed, and its red lights flashing, and it hasn't even come to a stop. So I hope this helps and you learned something. Like I said, take it with a grain of salt. There are holes usually between state law and this manual, and I'm trying to get people to codify it.